Okay, everybody, here we are. It is Tuesday, January 29th, 2019, and this market is waiting on one thing. And you know exactly what it is. It's the Federal Reserve, for which we are going to hear from tomorrow. Let me put a perspective on this for you. Nothing else matters. Earnings don't matter. Forward guidance doesn't matter. Zero. It's all about the Fed right now. And without help, direct help from the Federal Reserve, this market is in a lot of trouble. And the market knows it. I mean, it's obvious as obvious can be. And you know what really gets under my skin? This is supposed to be as good as it gets. Meanwhile, the Federal Reserve can't even raise the federal funds rate greater than 0.25%. I don't think we're going to get another rate hike for as far as the eye can see at this point here. And you know my record. One time I have been wrong once in all the years that the Fed has been talking about what they're going to do. I've nailed it every single time but one. The other thing is, the major thing is the balance sheet. The balance sheet. The market is hoping the Fed is going to allude to pausing unwinding its balance sheet. I don't think that the Fed is going to reverse course yet. Meaning, if the Fed were to say, okay, we're not just going to pause, but we're going to start increasing our balance sheet again, I mean, that's quantitative easing in our face. Quantitative easing has never really ended. You all know that. The Federal Reserve can't just say they're going to keep rates low like they are now. The Fed has to get into the market and make it happen. They got to get cash, print it out of thin air, and buy debt with it. China's not buying our debt, although the trade war is going so well. You know that. Okay. Well, they're not buying our debt, so someone has to take up the difference or make up the difference, and you know exactly who it is. So, this is backdoor QE. It's been going on now. It never stopped. But again, if the Fed pauses, and I think they're going to, I'm not saying they're going to announce tomorrow that they're going to pause. I think the Fed is going to suggest that it may be pausing. The market's going to like it. Let's see how the market reacts to that news. That's all that matters. I don't care about earnings at all. They don't matter in this market. Fundamental factors don't matter. Technical factors don't matter. It's 100% Fed driven. You know that. And that's the game that is being played right now on you, on me, on the world. Every single world central bank, they're all doing the same thing. Every single world central bank is in bed with their respective leader. Donald Trump in bed with the Federal Reserve. Try to get that picture out of your mind. A big freak show going on over there. Just revolting, isn't it? Anyway, but that's the truth here. So anyway, that's really it. There's going to be a lot of talk today throughout the day on the mainstream financial channels about the Fed, what they might do, what they may not do. What the market wants to hear is one thing. That is that the Fed is considering a pause with regard to unwinding their balance sheet. And again, we're just going to have to see how it plays out, truly. All right, with that said, nothing else going on in this market. It's about flat. The last time I looked, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was higher, about 80 points. The S&P and the NASDAQ were slightly in the negative. Who the hell knows how we're going to end this day in this market? Nobody really can get a handle on it, I think, at this point here. This is why I'm still maintaining my neutral position. If you go to my website, traderschoice.net, upper right-hand corner, the Lion's Corner, I am still neutral. I really want to hear what the Fed says tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. Tomorrow is going to be quite a day. There's no doubt about it. I will see you at the end of the day, and maybe we'll get some more news at that point. Bye-bye.